Hey guys, this is my Yeti Tundra 45. It's one of the smaller Yeti coolers. Recently Yeti has started molding in these grooves in the inside of the coolers. The smaller ones just have these, but the larger coolers have the grooves on the sides also. That's so you can slide in a divider and you can keep food separate from beverages or whatever you want to do. Yeti sells them for about $25. If you have a bigger cooler, it's probably worth the money, but I thought I might be able to make one for a little bit cheaper than that. So I'm going to show you how to do it. This is what I bought at Walmart. Two cutting boards came together. These were, I believe, $12 for the set. The smaller one I don't really need. It's the bigger one I was interested in. They actually have the same size, a different brand that's about $8, but it was white and I wanted a black one. It's not quite the right size right now, so we need to cut it down a little bit. What I did was I took some cardboard and made a template, and that's what the divider will look like when we're finished. Just enough to keep drinks separate or whatever you need. So here's the template. And obviously the cutting board. It's got a nice cutout for the handle on top. I'm going to try to maintain the handle and this nice smooth edge up on top. So it's about the right width at the top already. We just need to kind of taper the edges here and obviously cut off the bottom. So fairly straightforward, and I'll show you how we do that. What I've done first is I laid the template on here and aligned the top edge, and then I took a X-Acto knife, razor blade, and scored a line down each side, on each side. And the bottom of my template was not flat, so I took a straight edge and scored a line straight across the bottom. So those probably are difficult to see, but there's a scored outline of the plate that we need. Okay, so the score lines were difficult to see for me, so I just lined up some blue painter's tape. What I figured out is Sawzall works pretty quickly for this. You could do it by hand, it's probably going to take you a long time, but I'll just cut this last part and show you how it goes. So that side did not end up as smooth as the other sides, but we can use a air grinder and file to clean it up a little bit. Stuff likes to melt and gets a little difficult, but if you wait a little while, it clings back to itself and it's easier to get off. If you have problems with that, you can file it pretty easily. So that's the basic shape of it. Now we just gotta kind of fit it in there, smooth it up a little bit. So now you can see the rough outline of it. The cutting board is still a little bit too wide to fit in the grooves. So what we're going to do now is feather the edge down, just make it a little bit thinner so it fits in the grooves. So after a bunch of filing, this is the finished product here. And pretty simple, just slides right down in, divides it. Cooler still functions just like normal. The basket that's included still works fine, but just something to divide the cooler. What I did find is that the file works a lot better for the finished edges. I was using a air grinder with a Scotch-Brite pad, and that would just kind of melt it, and it made it take longer than with the file. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed it. Let me know if you got any questions.